Crow territory is coal territory. In fact, it's some of the best coal mining territory on the planet. And President Trump's support of fossil fuels resonates here.
That's the linchpin, coal.
Buckhorn County, home of the Crow Nation, is 67% Native American. President Biden carried it in 2020. Trump prevailed this year.
With him running the coal, everyone got excited because they would have their jobs back, because I used to be a coal miner, and when he got in, we got our jobs back, and then hopefully he can get that going again.
Trump also gained on other issues. As president, he steered funding to the missing and murdered Indigenous peoples crisis and ran this year on security pledges.
When he brought that, had the funding for the Missing Indigenous Women project, that really did a lot over here. He got the funding for us and gave us money that we had never had to help the people.
President Trump, under his leadership, we had no wars. We had been de-escalated, if you will. North Korea and Russia, we have been de-escalated in the Middle East. Peace accords were being struck under his leadership. And I liked that.
But Trump's win in Crow country was not welcomed universally. Sharon Stewart Paragoy served Buckhorn County in the state legislature for 12 years. She lost her re-election bid this year.
My Crow name goes to good places. I am a child of the Big Lodge. I'm also a Pigan clan member, and I live here on the Crow Indian Reservation. I am Bidi Yukoli Usesha Homag.
Paragoy believes there's more than just energy and security policy behind Trump's victory. She sees the dark shadows of racial animus.
The first time that Trump got in, then it became political correct, because look at the president. He's spewing racist and bigoted comments left and right. And so then it's okay. So people started coming out of, hiding.
During the campaign, Montana Senator-elect Tim Sheehy was recorded spouting slurs against Crow citizens. It didn't seem to cost him.
He never apologized but yet, he's in. They voted him in. And I believe there was a backlash there because the tribes unified and demanded him to apologize. The tribal leaders sending out, smoldering letters to him to apologize, and he refused. But yet people voted for him, and part of it is that we have I'm saying undercurrent, but it's racism and bigotry is now okay, and so that reared its head. And so we had farmers and ranchers and people that have hidden their racism. Now it's okay. So what did they do? They came in defense of Sheehy.
Some observers see headwinds ahead for Native nations.
What I do expect is some withering of tribal sovereignty in a number of ways, and most importantly, a privileging of natural resource extraction companies, and helping them along with their goals.
And a possible retrenchment. Biden appointed the first Native Secretary of the Interior, Deb Haaland. She proved to be a historic advocate for tribes.
The U.S. government was starting to invest more into Indian country. You can say it wasn't enough and all that. I'll just say that they were doing more than any other previous people in those leadership positions have done, and we're trying to do more. And so we see this. Okay, this is great. We things might be changing, and what often happens is then there's the reaction. There's the backlash. And so what we're about to see is the backlash, and so this is something that's always happened. You have the New Deal with the Indian Reorganization Act that gives tribes far more independence and something like sovereignty than they had previously. And then you had the post-World War II termination era. And so, like I said, history doesn't necessarily repeat itself, but it rhymes.
And what might Professor Paragoy have to say to upcoming generations?
We have to regroup, and we have to pick our battles, and we have to be prepared. We have to be prepared. I said, remember Standing Rock. Standing Rock, what happened at Standing Rock, the Native people came together. And I believe that we're coming back there. But how our people survived was resistance, resilience. And I told those young people, read up on history, look at how the different movements happened, and how, and to know that at this point we're going to have to be very organized, very organized. We have to be prepared, not only with and understand the law, but we're going to have to stand our ground.
For ICT from the Crow Nation, I'm Stuart Huntington.